Let's get salty!
Everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video, and it was just the other day that I was on Twitter saying the wild community kind of needs some help with the Ceaseless Expanse wreaking havoc over that format with, you know, the 100 damage Holy Wrath. And of course I had to meme and said, why don't we just nerf Ceaseless Expanse? Make it 150, just do more damage. That's the joke. But today we actually got a surprise ban to the card. If you look in your collection, yes, the Ceaseless Expanse is banned, but only in Wild. We'll talk about why, how long it should last, and what could come of it, as well as there was a hotfix that went live in Hearthstone yesterday as well, with some minor bug fixes and changes that you might want to know about, and an event coming in the Warcraft world next week that will see some free stuff to get in Hearthstone and possibly some news to come alongside with it. And if you want to stay tuned for that or feel like I've earned your subscription, please hit that sub button down below. Give the video a like as we're on the road to 90,000 subscribers. So yeah, if you go in to your collection right now and build in Wild, you cannot play this card because of the, basically, we've talked about already, Holy Wrath, right? It could deal 100 damage. It's completely warping the meta. It's actually pretty nuts. Look at HS replay, you see Paladin there, you know, near the top, and basically the whole meta has completely warped around it. If we go to HS Guru and go to the meta in Wild, you'll see that Highlander Paladin is actually moved up a bit because it can do that combo as well as play some anti-aggro stuff. It's trending a little bit better. And then Holy Wrath Paladin, and look at every deck. Hyper aggro to try and kill it, or all the mage decks that play Ice Block, which beats Holy Wrath. Everything else loses to it. Everything else was quite bad, and they don't normally do bans this quick for Wild, but it's just one that warrants it. It's something that I felt like should get an early ban. I thought they would ban Holy Wrath, you know, in the meantime, so other decks that want to play Ceaseless and Wild can, but they chose Ceaseless. I'm not sure why, but again, that's what they're doing. And when would we expect that to return? Likely, we would get that with the next balance patch, which I don't think we'll get next week. I think we'll get it the week after that. So we're looking at like a week and a half of no Ceaseless in Wild. And yeah, basically what I expect to happen when the time comes, they will be able to do a nerf for this deck. They can't do that in a hotfix. They need a full patch, especially if they got to rework a card, which Order in the Court likely to get reworked to its actual original state. It was originally nerfed, so it no longer drew a card, but that was a buff for Holy Wrath, right? You play Order in the Court, you don't draw that card, you could just boom, hit for 100, where if you have it draw a card, it'll draw Ceaseless every time, and they can still do 25 damage with Shrivala, but that would be as effective. I also heard people suggest maybe we, you know, change Holy Wrath to draw a Paladin card. Maybe it's more in line with the holy vibe of it, right? So I don't know if that's something they're gonna do, but I would look for, yeah, Order in the Court or Holy Wrath to get nerfed at some point, and then Ceaseless would be unbanned and re-entered into the Wild format. But it's just one of those things, a consistent 2-card combo dealing 100 damage on turn 5. That's just not healthy for a mode. You could argue the same for the card that has got me going off a little bit lately, Quasar. The thing is, that deck doesn't have a super high win rate. It's not as consistent. It's just super low, and I do expect it to get nerfed at the next patch. But again, we're likely looking at a week and a half of Quasar making people go mad. So yes, unfortunately, the surprise ban, not for this card, but I honestly wouldn't advocate it to be banned. I just think it should be reworked when the patch comes. And people that like this style of deck, which there are, it's the second most popular deck, there are people that like that, can enjoy it until, yeah, it is ultimately removed. But there was some other news for the day as well. Patch 31.02 went live, small server side patch. You didn't have to really download anything. They fixed a bug where PvE opponents didn't know how to use starships, resulting in never-ending turns. And they fixed a bug. This is actually a nerf kind of to the card, but it's how it's supposed to work. Fixed a bug where cards that discovered once but granted multiple cards under certain circumstances, like Master's Call, would reduce the cost of alien encounters multiple times when those conditions were met. So if you were abusing Master's Call into a cheap alien encounters, that should no longer be working. And they fixed a bug where if a minion summoned by Spore Empress Muldara's replicating stone was transformed, the new transformed minion would be the one summoned by subsequent spores. So apparently that happened. Somebody actually played Moldara, actually had something transformed, noticed it, reported it, and Blizzard fixed it. So there you go. Minor fixes, but something to be aware of if you weren't. And the last thing I did want to talk about, which could possibly be significant, I don't know how big a deal it'll be, but Hearthstone tweeted out 5 days until we celebrate 30 years of Warcraft together. Tune in November 13th at 10 a.m. Pacific. So it'll be like 1 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. CET, and earn exclusive drops. And that'll be over at Twitch, YouTube, and apparently on TikTok. I don't remember Blizzard streaming on TikTok before. I imagine the drops will be on Twitch, but maybe they'll be there everywhere. I don't know. It says drops enabled all platforms. We'll see. There'll be drops for, I guess, Warcraft Rumble. That still exists. Warcraft, you got some mounts. And then Hearthstone will have 2 packs, a new expansion pack, a perils pack. I don't know if I can like restream it or like co-stream it or anything like that, if that'll be allowed. I've inquired. If it is, I'll stream it and do it myself. We can hang out and do that. If not, yeah, just watch these streams, get that content. And yeah, I'll give you a reminder when the time comes. Next, November 13th, we'll have a reminder on that video, but at least it's some free stuff. But there might be a little bit more to that. Ben Hearthstone, apparently he got this email plugging this direct where it says, watch the anniversary direct on November 13th. Pre-show starts at 9:45. Apparently there's a pre-show to get the scoop on all the exciting updates upcoming for World of Warcraft, Warcraft Hearthstone, and Warcraft Rumble. So apparently they're gonna have news for Hearthstone. Hopefully it's not just this, anniversary card back and event and all of that they've already plugged to the patch notes, but it could be the next BG season they could plug, right? There's always the next BG season, the next stuff a month after the expansion comes out, they could plug that. But hopefully it's more Hearthstone related. Maybe we'll get a surprise. Maybe it'll be nothing, but they're saying there'll be Hearthstone news and update on it. It could be stuff we already know. But yeah, hopefully we'll have some, maybe they'll ban Quasar in that. They'll delete the card on stage and just make us all so happy, or a lot of us all so happy about it. I'm obsessed with that card. It's crazy. Anyways, yeah, so a lot of little news tidbits. And again, Ceaseless Expanse probably coming back in just over a week. And yeah, Holy Wrath, it's felt the wrath of the Blizzard devs by not touching it and hitting another card. But anyways, weird stuff. Anyways, we'll have a crafting guide on all the cards that you need to craft early, or at least tomorrow. I gotta say, spoiler alert, I think the list is gonna be kind of small. Might be a discussion for another day, but yeah, crafting guide should be coming tomorrow, and then yeah, we'll go from there. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day, and stay salty, my friends.